Hello, Assalamualaikum, fantastic jurors of the eCONDEV 2024 Teaching and Learning Innovation Pitching Competition. Welcome to the journey where the educators from all around the world will share their groundbreaking teaching and learning innovation. So basically, you as the jury, you've got the exciting job of identifying the best ideas that have potential to revolutionize education. So let's make this process as fun as it is important. Ready? So let's dive into the criteria you'll be using to evaluate these pitches. So let's go through the basics, yeah? For product pitching competition, so we have two categories, the educators category and also the students category. And in this video, we will be focusing on the educators category. So the main criteria, there's only 5 here. So we're going to look into the innovation and originality, feasibility and practicality, potential impact, alignment with educational needs, and lastly, presentation and communication. So we're going to look into each criteria in this particular video. Let's start strong with innovation originality. So this constitutes 30% of the total marks. So this is all about how fresh and creative the ideas are. So you will be looking into innovations that stands out from the crowd. So here's what to look for. The first one is uniqueness. Does this innovation introduce something new and exciting? Does this innovation stand apart from existing methods and approaches? So if it is so, then you can give them marks on uniqueness. But sometimes it is not that unique, but it is being repackaged in the sense that it feels new. So if that is the case, you can also consider it as unique as well. Now, number two, in terms of novelty. Does the innovation offers a fresh perspective on addressing educational challenges? So the participants have to basically inform you, explains what are the educational challenges that they are addressing and how the product pitch can actually address that particular challenges. All right, and then we are going to look into unconventionality. Oh, belit lidah. So basically, we're going to look into, is the approach breaking away from the tradition, basically disrupting all ways of teaching and learning. Okay, so basically you have to ask the presenter or the participants in terms of what makes that particular product pitch different from what we have been currently doing. Okay, so your mission as the jury is to find the evidence of originality, whether it is a brand new teaching techniques or unconventional learning method. So you have to look for innovation that actually truly shakes things up in the education, right? So remember, this constitutes 30%. Next up is feasibility and practicality. So remember, great ideas needs to be doable, right? So you are looking for whether this innovation, this teaching and learning innovation can actually be implemented in real educational setting. So that's the most important thing. Yeah? It can be like good in paper, but it might not be doable. So your job is to check whether can we actually do this, right? So these are the implementation plan. Thus, the innovation comes with a clear and well thought out plan for implementation. Can it realistically be applied in classroom or other educational environments? Can it be? So if it can, so you can give them marks accordingly. And then we look into resources. Are the resources necessary for implementation readily available? So because when people do pitching, they're going to emphasize on what are the things that is needed. So you have to ask the participants whether does what we currently have are able to be used and utilized in order to kickstart the particular innovation. Can it? So that is where you are going to ask lah, right? And then does the innovation consider things like technology, time, and funding? But just remember, do not penalize them if they are unable to provide like exact figure in terms of the funding or exact duration of the time, right? So it's just that something for the participants to ponder upon. And then we're going to look at scalability. Can this innovation or this particular idea be expanded in order to benefit a larger audience? So is it something that can grow beyond its initial setting? So those are the questions that you're going to ask yourself and also the participant as well. All right. So again, your job is to find evidence. Basically, the innovation works or not. Right. Okay. Oh, actually, I skipped one. Okay, so that constitutes 20%. Next is we're going to look into potential impact. I apologize, I actually skip cepat sangat. Right, the potential impact is where you are going to evaluate how this innovation affects learners and educators alike. So as a jury, you'll be watching for learners' engagement. Does the innovation have potential? You don't really have to provide evidence that yes, there are engagement. So it's just that potential to significantly boost learners engagement and motivation. And then we're going to look into learning outcomes. How does the innovation improve their learning? Are there clear outcomes that shows learners will benefit from the innovation? And then we're going to look into inclusivity. Does the innovation caters to different or diverse learners and promote equitable access? How does it ensures students, regardless of backgrounds or ability, can actually benefit from the particular products or innovation? So your role is to find evidence that the innovation will make real difference. So basically look for ideas that can truly impact learning outcomes and increase engagement across the board. Yeah. So for potential impact, it constitutes another 20% of the total marks. Now, next we have alignment with educational needs, because every innovations needs to solve real world problems. So remember in the first section or the first criteria, we're going to ask about what is the problem here? What will be the issue that needs your innovation? So here it's actually ties up to this particular criteria, which is alignment with educational needs. So we're going to look into relevancy, the relevance of it. Does the innovation addresses current educational challenges or trends? So is it solving a problem that educators and students face today? So basically, what is the problem? What will the innovation do in addressing the problem? And then we're going to look into educational goals. Is the innovation aligned with established educational objective or learning framework? And then we're going to look into pedagogical soundness. Does the innovation aligns with evidence-based, right, pedagogical practices? So is there research backing up the approach? So if there is, so is a plus point. But if there's no research backing up the approach, then the participants have to prove that yes, there is a need and the design itself is sound and workable, right? So as the jury, you have to find the evidence, yeah? Look for solutions that not only innovate but also addresses real educational needs and challenges. So basically, we want a more practical and well-researched ideas that can be applied basically across different learning environments. So for alignment with educational needs, it constitutes to 15%. And then lastly, we have presentation and communication. So because how an idea is presented is just as important as the idea itself. Yeah. So since it's product pitching, so obviously presentation and communication plays a role. So here is what you'll be focusing on. The first one is clarity. Is the pitch well structured? Is it easy to follow? Are the key points being communicated clearly to you? So can you actually catch what being presented to you? Can you follow through? So that is the most important part. And then we're going to look into visuals, right? Because for product pitching, they might not have an actual product itself. It might be something that they have to present to you in order for you to know the product. Because for MOOC, micro credentials, and OER, they have provided the product link. But for product pitching, there might not be a link. So it might be a product pitching that is for physical use. So that is what you're going to see there. So in terms of visuals, this is actually referring to the presentation itself. Yeah. Are the visuals, aids, multimedia elements used effectively to enhance the clarity and engagement of the presentation? So uh, hopefully, not hopefully lah, basically for all product pitching, they have to have some kind of multimedia elements. It has to have presentation, right, to assist the presenter in making a pitch to you. And then the most important part in terms of persuasiveness, does the pitch convince you of the innovation's potential impact and also value? So the main question when the presentation were being made, are you sold on the idea? If you are, so then basically the pitch is very good. So your job is to spot the clarity. So look for pitches that are well communicated, visually engaging, persuasive. The most important part is persuasive. So by the end, you should be convinced that this innovation has the potential to make a big difference, right? So that's the key on this particular criteria. So the weightage is another 10%. So there you have it. Fantastic jurors. These are the criteria that will help you evaluate the amazing teaching and learning innovations coming your way. So remember, you are not just judging ideas, you are actually identifying innovations that could shape the future of education. So keep an eye peeled, right, for originality, visibility, impact, and clear, effective communication. So, dearest jury, good luck and have fun. So let's find those like game-changing ideas and celebrate the creativity of educators around the world. So, bye, good luck.